We're here late on a Wednesday evening, and there's people in the gallery who've come in and made the journey in from St Margaret's and Portmarnock and Swords and Malahide to listen to a debate here on very important legislation. Now, I've no problem whatsoever where people come in here and argue their point and make serious argument in the direction of which they're intending to vote. But what we've seen here already tonight, and I hope we're not going to waste our time for the whole of this tonight, is where people stand up and argue a particular position and then sit down at the vote and sit on their hands. Now, we might as well, fold up our tents and go home if that's what we're going to witness for the rest of this tonight. But in relation to this grouping of amendments, I have 4 amendments in this group, number 2, number 10, 49 and 14. Number 2 is in relation to CAR replacing, they're all in relation to CAR replacing Fingal County Council. But I'm disappointed with the Minister. From second stage, from parliamentary questions before the legislation was introduced, to committee stage, and now tonight, I had a hope, and I hoped that the Minister would be listening. And the Minister would say he is listening and he has listened to residents, but he's ignored residents. He's ignored the views of opposition deputies who are only kind of making the points they're making because they genuinely feel he's doing the wrong thing here. Fingal County Council is not sufficiently independent. Apart from them being economic partners of DAA, apart from them receiving serious rates income from DAA, apart from the conflict of interest that results from that, the need as a result of this legislation would be for Chinese walls, that people do not talk to one another in Fingal County Council. It's absolutely absurd. It's unacceptable for residents. But also, apart from those issues about finance and all of that kind of stuff, there are 2 references that we've dealt with before, and I'm going to deal with them again tonight because it's important that we lay it out. 2 references from Regulation 598/2014 itself, and demonstrates that this legislation does not, the proposal to put Fingal County Council as the competent authority does not meet the independence test. I'm going to read them again. Recital number 13 of the regulation states that the competent authority, now this is the words from the regulation that we're bringing into Irish law, the competent authority responsible for adopting noise-related operating restrictions should be independent of any organisation involved in the airport's operation, air transport or air navigation service provision, or representing the interest thereof, and of the residents living in the vicinity of the airport. It couldn't be clearer, Minister. This should not be understood as requiring Member States to modify administrative structure, so on. Article 3.2 goes on to provide that. The competent authorities shall be independent of any organisation which could be affected by noise-related action. That independence may be achieved through a functional separation. Now, I talked at length at second stage about that functional separation and the need for that, and it being a piece of EU jargon. The best example is the ESB, which is true functional separation. EirGrid is only concerned with the grid, Electric Ireland with sales, and ESB with generation. And none of these 3 functionally separate entities has mixed overlapping functions. The CEO of the Council is to be given certain functions which he is to perform without direction from the Council, that's true. But he is to remain CEO of the Council, and that will continue to be his day job. It seems to me, if this bill, now the advice we have got internally, if this bill is enacted as proposed, there's a real risk of it being challenged before the Court of Justice. That's our legal advice. So, the alternative we're proposing, and we're gathered together in terms of opposition on this, that the competent authority required would be, should be an alternative. The Minister has definitely got it wrong. CAR or EPA, as Deputy Brewin has said, but look, I think we're united in one front. The CAR is the best way forward. Fianna Fáil should come on board. We can achieve the independence if we operate together. We can achieve what the residents are asking for, and we can achieve what the residents are rightly demanding. So I'll leave it at that for this point, Ken.